Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are safe at home. Welcome back to today's Social Studies online class. In the last class, the Muslim League, we have learned about the Muslim League. You remember, children, why the Muslim League is formed? It was formed for the sake of Muslim landlords of UP. But later on, they united all the Muslims and they fought to create a separate councils for the Muslims where Muslims can vote. Only Muslims can vote. For that purpose, separate electorates were created. They were created from 1909. Separate electorate means here minority election. We can say it as a minority election. Separate seats were created for only Muslims where Muslims voters can be voted. They can choose their Muslim leader. So that they believed that it will be helpful to protect their interest, especially Muslims' interest. Also, we have seen in the last class about the Hindu Mahasabha. The Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS. These organizations were very active in that period of time. They were mobilizing all the Hindus. They were uniting all the Hindus irrespective of their caste or creed. Understanding, children? And they also strongly believe that India is a Hindu country. Why? Because Hindus are in majority in India. In today's class, we will see about the Pakistan resolution. What is this Pakistan resolution? Why they fought for a separate nation, Pakistan, we will be learning today. Many people, they felt that there should be special arrangements must be made for the regions where Muslims were in majority. Where Muslims were in majority. Many people felt that where Muslims were in majority in the northwest of India, many Muslims were living there. So, many people felt that where Muslims were in majority, there should be special arrangements must be provided for them for the sake of their governing. Okay, like a separate state like. For example, Muhammad Iqbal. You all know, children, who is Muhammad Iqbal? He is a Urdu poet and the writer of the song Sare Jahan Se Acha. You all know very well, I think so. So he also spoke about a separate Muslim state in his presidential address to Muslim League. He wrote a letter to Muslim League in the 1930s. So there he mentioned that there should be a separate state. Northwest Indian Muslim state should be created for the sake of Muslims. How we have Telangana state, Andhra state, like that. This Muhammad Iqbal, the writer of Sare Jahan Se Acha song, he spoke to the Muslim League in 1930s about to create a separate Muslim state, Northwest Indian Muslim state, especially for the sake of Muslims. The name Pakistan was coined by a Punjabi Muslim who was studying at the Cambridge University, Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, in the 1930s. And he coined the name Pakistan from the states Punjab, Afghan, Kashmir, Sindh and Balochistan. Taking from all these states, he made a new entity, the new name called Pakistan, and he spoke for a need for a Muslim state and he coined this name Pakistan. Who is that student? Chaudhary Rahmat Ali, and he was a Muslim student, Punjabi Muslim student who was studying at the Cambridge University. But at the time when he coined this name and spoke for a need of special Muslim state, nobody bothered about his words. No leaders bothered about his words. They thought that it was a dream of a young student, that's all. On 23rd March 1940, the situations in India, when the situations in India began to change, the Muslim League passed a resolution demanding autonomy. Autonomy means here children freedom. Okay, autonomy means freedom. You also can write down in your textbook there. The Muslim League demanded for autonomy in the parts where Muslims were in majority. That means in India, I have already told you, in the northwest region there were Muslims. Muslim majority is in northwest region of India. So the Muslim League demanded to give freedom for those places where Muslims were in majority. But in that resolution, they never mentioned about partition. At that time, they don't want the India to be partitioned, divided. They only asked to give freedom for those places where Muslims were in majority. But later on, it became known as the Pakistan Resolution. They never mentioned about partition or Pakistan at that time, during 1940s. But later on, it became known as the Pakistan Resolution. All our leaders, the Congress people and the other leaders also, they were thinking how to solve the problem of these Muslims. And they also were thinking that they thought that creating a separate nation, Pakistan, is only the alternative. Then only these Muslims will be satisfied. When the country is partitioned and if it was made into Pakistan, then only the problem will be solved between Hindus and Muslims. That was the thing with the Congress leaders were thinking. The Congress also, they were failed about to solve the interest questions of the Muslim League. They were unable to fulfill the demands of the Muslims. The Congress leaders were unable to fulfill the demand of the Muslims. In between 1940 to 1946, the Muslim League was able to convince the Muslim masses, but that means most of the Muslims, about the benefits of a separate nation. That means the Muslim League was succeeded in convincing all the Muslims to agree to form a separate nation, to form into a separate nation. How they were able to convince all the Muslims? They convinced that there would be no competition with the Hindu traders, businessmen, and even in the jobs also. There won't be any competition with the Hindus. If we have a Muslim separate nation for Muslims, there won't be any competition with the Hindus in the trade or in the businesses or in the jobs, etc. And there would be greater religious freedom. If they were formed as a separate nation, there would be a greater religious freedom. They will have more religious freedom like that. And so, they also thought that, they also convinced that they can rule their government, their own Muslim government, however they wanted. Okay children, all this was done in between 1940s to 1945 especially, when most of the Congress leaders were in the jail. Why these Congress leaders were put in the jail, children? I have told you in the last classes about wartime powers. Yes, Nama? Special wartime powers. What are these powers actually? What are these powers actually? Those who were against the government, they should be put in the jail for a long time without taking them to the court. Yes, Nama? We all know that in between there were only individual satyagrahas. But in 1942, this year is very prominent. Why? Because the Quit India movement was started in this year. So at that time, the movement was started. All the Congress leaders, along with Mahatma Gandhi ji, they were all put in the jail for a long period of time. So this Muslim League, at that time, the Muslim League got the chance to convince all the Muslims to form into a separate nations. Okay. Children, you all know what is the period of World War II. World War II. Yes, what is the period of World War II? That is 1939 to 1945. Yes. So, by 1941, that means when the war is going on, this Japan was trying to expand into Southeast Asia. That means Southeast Asian side, Japan is trying to invade, trying to occupy those countries which are in the Southeast Asia. Japan started invading these countries which were in the Southeast Asia. And this is a great threat to even our India also. Understanding, children? So why? Because we are also in the Asian country in the southern side. Okay. So as Japan is invading Southeast Asia, as this is a great threat to even our country India also, our Britishers wanted our Indians also to support in the war with the Japan. Understanding, children? In March 1942, listen carefully, children. In March 1942, Prime Minister Winston Churchill, I have already told you, Prime Minister of Britain at that time was Winston Churchill. Prime Minister Churchill was persuaded to send one of his ministers. Prime Minister of Britain, that is Winston Churchill, he sent one of his ministers to India. Who is he? That is Sir Stafford Cripps. Sir Stafford Cripps. Okay. So, Britain Prime Minister Churchill in 1942, he sent one of his ministers, Sir Stafford Cripps, to India to convince Mahatma Gandhi ji and other Congress leaders to support them in the war against Japan. But these talks were failed. Why? Because our Gandhi ji and our leaders, they asked to give full freedom for India after the war, but they did not agree. But the Britishers did not agree. So that's why it was failed. So it was called as a Cripps mission. It was called as Cripps mission. Understand, children? You will be asked this question in the exam. What was called Cripps mission? So what you will write, ma? In 1942 March, Prime Minister Winston Churchill sent one of his ministers, Sir Stafford Cripps, to India to convince Gandhi ji and other leaders to support them in the war against Japan. But this was failed. These talks were failed. This was called as Cripps mission. Okay. After the failure of the Cripps mission, Mahatma Gandhi ji, he decided to launch his major movement, that is the Quit India movement. You all know this, children, the Quit India movement in the year 1942, in August 1942. After the talks were failed with the British Cripps, Sir Stafford Cripps, after the failure of this Cripps mission, Mahatma Gandhi he started his third major movement, that is Quit India movement, in August 1942. And you all know, children, in between when the Britishers were engaged in the war, all those who make any of the disturbances in the country, those will be put in the jail without taking them to the court, and for a long time. So that when Gandhiji launched his major movement with the Quit India movement in 1942, Gandhiji was sent to jail. Along with Gandhiji, many Congress leaders were also went to jail at the time, but the movement was not stopped. But who led this movement then? At that time, young congressmen, young activists in the Congress, and also all the students from the colleges. They left their colleges, and they also very curious to go to the jail. They also participated in the movement, understanding, and all these were supported by the senior Congress leader, that is Jayaprakash Narayan. Jayaprakash Narayan. With the support of this Jayaprakash Narayan, this movement was taken forward even in the absence of Gandhiji. In several districts at the time, in several districts, that is in Medinipur, in Satara, such as Satara and Medinipur. Satara and Medinipur. In these two places, independent governments were declared. That means we have become independent. Even in the 1942 only, in these two places, what happened, children? Independent governments were declared by those people there. But the British responded with a lot of force. The British army, they have responded with a lot of force. They were able to suppress these people, those who are doing this, declared these independent governments. It took for 1 year for the Britishers to suppress their movement. Understanding, children? By the time, the CPI Party of India, Communist Party of India, they decided to support the Britishers in the war. Why? Because they wanted to support British because this Nazi party and the Hitler, you all know that Nazis attacked Russia. Nazis attacked Russia, that is USSR. So USSR is also a communist country. So the CPI party decided to support the Britishers in the war, so that to attack these Nazis and Hitler. Okay, to stop the Nazi party and the Hitler. If they don't support Hitler, and Nazi party will become stronger, and it was a great threat to even all other countries also. Understanding, children? I have told you about this in the beginning of the lesson. And so there was a danger at a world level because of this Nazi party and Hitler. So that's why this CPI called this as the People's War. They called it as the People's War. Gandhiji on the other side felt that India can face Japan. India can face Japan after Britishers leave India. Understanding, children? Gandhiji felt that even if Japan attacked India also, we were able to fight with the Japan after Britishers leave India. That is what Gandhiji felt on the other side. In the beginning of World War II, Japan, which was a small country of Asia, it was able to win over America and Europeans. Understanding, children? So this created a strong impression on the minds of Indians. Why? Because Japan, a small country, when Japan, a small country, was able to win over other powerful countries, why can't Indians also win against Britishers? We also can fight with Britishers and we also can win against the Britishers. That was the strong impression developed in the minds of Indians. And so the myth, what is the myth? Myth means a false opinion that Britishers was a superior race than others was destroyed in the minds of people. Understanding, children? So Britishers also a common people. We also can fight against the Britishers. That is what the Indians thought at that time. By seeing the victory of Japan over Americans and Europeans. Subhash Chandra Bose felt that India's independence was the utmost importance. Why? Because he can't able to digest the difficulties created by the British. He can't able to face all the difficulties created by the British. So he felt that very urgently we need to fight for our independence. So in that matter, he decided to take the help of Japan. Understanding, children? Why? Because Japan won in the war, in the World War II. Japan won against America and Europeans. So Subhash Chandra Bose wanted to take the help of Japan in throwing the Britishers out of the country, out of India. So he secretly went to Germany and Japan and collected an army of soldiers, collected an army of Indian soldiers. Then children, who are these Indian soldiers? Why were they in Japan and Germany? Why they were in Japan and Germany? These Indian soldiers are fighting in the World War on the side of Britishers. When they were defeated, they were taken as POWs. That means prisoners of war. They were taken as POWs, prisoners of war, to Japan and Germany. Some of our Indian soldiers were taken to Japan and Germany as POWs. So that Subhash Chandra Bose requested both Japan and Germany and collected our army of Indian soldiers from these countries. And he formed a strong army that is known as Indian National Army. Indian National Army. That is nothing but INA. Subhash Chandra Bose formed the INA with these Indian soldiers and along with some other soldiers. Gandhiji don't want to take help of this Japan, and he felt that Japan could not be the liberators of India. So that means we should not take anybody's help. We should fight of our own. That is what Gandhiji's opinion. But Subhash Chandra Bose went on with his chosen path. That means he decided and he began to fight with his Indian National Army. With this army, he fought for 3 years against the Britishers. Subhash Chandra Bose fought for 3 years against Britishers. Finally, Britishers were able to defeat the INA. Understanding, children? Britishers were able to defeat INA. They defeated, and after that we are not sure that Subhash Chandra Bose died or disappeared. But according to the recent calculations, according to the recent investigations, our people found out that Subhash Chandra Bose was died in the plane crash. Okay, children. In June 1944, when the war was about to end, when did the World War ended? 1945. And in June 44, what happened? The British government released Gandhiji. The British government released Gandhiji from the prison, and they set the time for another round of talks. Again the Britishers wanted to have a talks with the Gandhiji, and negotiations and talks regarding what for Indian independence. Okay children. So we will see the following lesson in the next class, and children, I will be giving you the homework. A few questions I will give you as the homework. Write in the rough notes and send it to me by today itself. And I have observed that most of you are not sending the homeworks, children. What is the reason? Don't neglect. Read once again the textbook, and if you have any doubts, ask me. Also write the homework regularly and send it to me by today itself. Thank you.